Most plug-in hybrids sacrifice boot space for battery. The Honda CR-V does the opposite. The plug-in hybrid has a larger boot than the regular hybrid, and at €51,880, Honda is asking you to pay for that logic. Whether it survives contact with a Sportage plug-in hybrid at $8,000 less is the question this walk-around answers. The 6th-generation CR-V grew 10 centimeters over its predecessor, and you can see where every millimeter went. Slim LED headlights stretch across a wide, clean grille, sharp enough to give the face an alertness the old CR-V never had. The shoulder line rises toward the rear, the window area stays large, and the stance reads more substantial in person than in photographs. At the rear, vertical taillights extend into the D-pillars. The plug-in hybrid wears no additional badges. Only the lack of a visible exhaust tip hints at what sits underneath. I expected the design to feel anonymous. It doesn't. It feels deliberate. Honda built the dashboard around physical climate controls below a 9-inch touchscreen, and after weeks of poking capacitive panels in German rivals, the tactile feedback here is a relief. The upper dashboard is soft to the touch. Lower sections use harder plastics, and you notice them once. Then you stop, because everything you actually reach for feels built to last a decade without a rattle. The front cabin puts you higher than you expect. The seat base supports your thighs properly. The bolsters hold shape without hardening over distance. Ventilated front seats are standard on this Advance Tech, a feature Honda buries in the spec list that most reviewers skip. Heated seats front and rear, wireless charging, USB-C in both rows. The driving position adjusts widely enough that a 1.90 m driver and a 1.65 m passenger find comfort the same morning. What the front cabin does best is harder to measure. It feels like a room you would spend 2 hours in willingly, not a cockpit you tolerate. The rear doors swing to nearly 90 degrees, a detail that matters more than any spec when you are fitting a child seat on a rainy Tuesday. Legroom is generous. I sat behind my own driving position with space to spare. Headroom is adequate, though the panoramic sunroof eats into it above 1.85 m. The bench reclines across multiple positions, unusual in this segment. 2 adults in a child seat is the honest configuration. The boot changes the conversation. 617 liters with the seats up, around 21.8 cubic feet, larger than the hybrid's 587 because the plug-in hybrid battery sits under the rear seats rather than the cargo floor. The load lip is almost flat. A height-adjustable boot floor is standard, and in its lowest position, you can stand a weekend bag upright. Hands-free tailgate opens with a foot gesture. Folding the seats requires a walk to the rear doors. The one practical misstep in an otherwise considered cargo area. 135 kilowatts, 184 horsepower from a 2-liter plug-in hybrid with a 17.7 kilowatt-hour battery, 2.6 liters per 100 kilometers WLTP, around 108 miles per gallon, 59 grams of CO2. Real-world electric range roughly 60 kilometers, around 37 miles. Full charge in 2.5 hours on a wall box. Front-wheel drive only on the European plug-in hybrid, €51,880. The Sportage plug-in hybrid costs roughly $8,000 less but skips ventilated seats, sensing 360, and the hands-free tailgate. The Lexus NX costs more and adds all-wheel drive, but its boot is smaller. What this CR-V asks is that front-wheel drive is enough, and that equipment density and a boot defying the usual plug-in hybrid penalty are worth the premium. I expected a sensible car at an uncomfortable price. The price is still uncomfortable, but the car is more than sensible. It is the plug-in hybrid that feels like someone who actually owns one had a say in the engineering. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.